That deadly officer-involved shooting, of course, is one of the catalysts for Nashville's Community Oversght Board. In less than 30 minutes, Metro Council will meet to vote on dozens of nominees for the board. News Channel 5's Kelsey Gibbs is live right now at the historic Metro Courthouse. Kelsey, tonight's meeting could turn into a marathon.
That's right, Vicki. Now, that's because this process is far from simple. Now, they will be voting on 3 phases tonight. That's what's going to be going on, and everything from where these nominees live to just how they were selected will play a factor in tonight's vote. Now, the council will need to vote for 9 members, and the first phase of the election will be for 4 members who reside in economically distressed communities. They will be nominated by either a community organization or petition, and nearly 60 nominees are eligible in this phase. Now, in the second voting phase, there will be an election of 3 candidates nominated by community organization or petition who are not selected in phase 1. There are about 120 nominees in that pool. In phase 3 is the voting of 2 candidates out of more than 40 nominated by Metro Council members. Now, results will be tabulated and read out loud between each phase. Any member that receives a majority of the votes by the council members would be deemed elected by the council to the Community Oversght Board. If there is a tie, there will be a runoff between the tied nominees. And the Community Oversght Board's job will consist of investigating allegations of misconduct by the Metro Nashville Police Department. The board must be established by January 31st. Now, Nashville residents approved the establishment of the board in November after 2 deadly officer-involved shootings, the most recent being Daniel Hambrick. Now, 2 candidates for the Oversight Board were confirmed last Tuesday. Phyllis Hildreth and Bob Cooper were both nominated by the mayor. And of course, they need 11 members total, and they should be voting on 9 tonight. But for now, we're reporting live in Nashville. Kelsey Gibbs, News Channel 5.
Thanks, Kelsey. Happening now, the Metro School Board is being asked tonight to backtrack from strict lead testing standards that the district adopted just last year for its drinking water. Those standards were put into place following an exclusive News Channel 5 investigation. That investigation revealed how Metro schools had discovered high lead levels in its drinking water, but kept that information secret from parents. Under pressure from Mayor David Briley, the district agreed last year to reduce lead levels below 5 parts per billion. But a proposed policy being pushed by schools director Dr. Sean Joseph's team would have set that official policy at 3 times that amount, 15 parts per billion, which is a state standard, but experts say there is no safe level of lead. The board just voted to send the policy back to committee so it can be rewritten to match the district's current strict testing policy.
A woman fatally stabbed at a Madison condo complex overnight. Now police want to know who attacked her and why she was there in the first place. Officers found Ashley Yarbrough at the bottom of a stairwell at Neely's Bend condominium last night after a friend called 911. That woman claimed the two had argued, but she denied stabbing her. If you know anything that can help, give Crime Stoppers a call. A horrible accident in East Nashville under investigation. Police tell us Jace Spears was moving a vehicle blocking a construction zone on South 8th Street when he lost his balance. The truck then rolled over the 60-year-old. He called for help and was rushed to the hospital, but he did not make it. Tennessee OSHA is investigating.
A school bus crashes while taking kids home from Ravenwood High School. Investigators tell us the bus driver suffered a medical event and hit an SUV this afternoon on Wilson Pike and Moores Lane. Brentwood police tell us there were 7 children on board the bus at the time. The bus driver and 1 student were hurt, but they are both expected to be okay. We all know that passing school buses is illegal, but it happens every day in Tennessee, putting our children in harm's way. News Channel 5's Jesse Knutson reports a local lawmaker hopes to make penalties more severe for those who fail to stop when the red lights are flashing.
I see it every day. Murfreesboro Road, Bell Road.
Representative Jason Potts may be a lawmaker, but when it comes to his kids, he's like everyone else. He's worried about their safety, and when he sees people passing school buses illegally, he can't help but be worried that his own kids could be hit.
A lot of people don't know you have to stop in all directions. When a school bus stops, you see a lot of people on the other side of the road just keep going.
Currently, the laws are pretty relaxed when it comes to passing a school bus illegally, even if you hit someone.
Literally, if you pass a school bus now and you hit someone, it's a $250 fine, that's it.
But Potts is hoping to change that by bringing forward a bill that would set up a tiered system for offenses and help raise awareness. For your first offense, you would face a larger fine and be required to do community service. For each future offense, you'd have to pay a larger fine, do more community service, and you would lose your license for a period of time. If a driver hits and injures someone while passing a bus illegally, Potts would want it to be a felony.
I think that's the main part of my legislation, is to open people's eyes and say, you know what, there's consequences for not obeying this law, and we need to make sure that we obey it and protect our kids.
The bill is just in its early stages, but many other states have already put in place similar rules to help protect their children. And at the end of the day, Potts says that's what this is all about, protecting our most vulnerable, our children. In Nashville, Jesse Knutson, News Channel 5.
Thank you, Jesse. As for the law itself, you are allowed to pass a bus in oncoming traffic if there's a barrier between the lanes of traffic. Well, we all know traffic is worse than it used to be, but how does Nashville stack up compared to the rest of the country? Out of the country's 100 largest cities, Music City clocked in at number 18, not bad. Wallet Hub looked at maintenance costs, traffic and infrastructure, safety, and overall access to compile the scores. The average American, get this, spends more than 290 hours a year driving. That's the equivalent of a 7-week vacation. Of course, all those hours in the car, they don't come cheap. We are seeing a small bump now in gas prices for the first time in weeks. Right now, the average in Tennessee is about $2.01, but you can't expect that to rise another 3 to 5 cents just this week.
He said it had to be done. Now he faces a list of charges. What happened last night when police found a middle-aged man dragging several bags of mail that didn't belong to him? A mess left behind in Antioch after a car wash went under. Now the community wants to know who's supposed to clean this mess up. We'll tell you who's responsible.
Hemp farmers in Tennessee are worried that a recent FDA memo might affect their bottom line. I'll tell you about it coming up.
And it's been 20 years since an EF3 tornado slammed into Clarksville. We'll take a look back at that storm that left a community in shock and millions of dollars in damage.
Brutal blast working back into the mid-state as another wallop of cold air takes aim. I've got the details next on News Channel 5 at 6.
Join the conversation. Connect with News Channel 5 on Facebook.
Imagine breaking into a U.S. post office and it's just 302 feet away from the police department. Well, that happened up in Hopkinsville overnight. Investigators found Mark Cunningham just walking down the road dragging bags full of mail. We're told the 57-year-old kicked in the door and then went on a rampage. Officers found documents and computers tossed around the room. He caused a total of $10,000 of damage. Cunningham told police, quote, "It had to be done." A pile of trash is causing a stink in one Antioch community. News Channel 5's Matthew Torres explains why neighbors say enough is enough.
This is horrible.
There are many things Karen Van Cleve could be doing.
Oh.
Comfort isn't one of them.
Are you all right? You got that okay? It looks like people are dumping, just throwing their stuff back here.
She's a Metro Beautification Commissioner.
Oh, how sad.
Her title says it all. Her latest task in Antioch is heating up emotions, even on this cool day.
They don't care. They just dump it. This has been going on since December.
Trash is overflowing at this foreclosed car wash on Anderson Road.
People just drop their mattresses and everything.
For business once known to make you feel better in a clean car, it's making these neighbors feel dirty.
If we don't stop this, it's just going to continue.
Ever since the business closed, illegal dumping has become such a problem it's blowing over to Dora Gilly's yard.
This is the second time that I pick it out all there in my backyard. I didn't come over here.
It's not hard to miss.
Garbage was hitting my car, and that's when I decided I got to do something.
Renee McMurray says no one is taking the responsibility to clean it up.
Nasty, shameful.
So she did.
I want to get the pennies, but it's too dirty.
Inviting neighbors to join.
I care about the community. I care about that lake and the pollution. That lake is my church.
This isn't the first time someone picked up the mess, and they fear it likely won't be the last.
Stay.
There are many things they could all be doing.
To the pile.
Throwing out their pride for their community isn't one of them.
I actually think it looks pretty decent, ladies.
In Antioch, Matthew Torres, News Channel 5.
Neighbors say they want a fence or the entrance is closed. Metro Code says a Georgia-based bank bought the property through a foreclosure sale last month. That bank is now responsible for cleaning up the property, but neighbors say getting a hold of them has been difficult.
If you're a federal employee on furlough, you can get a free haircut and shave. Masters Barber College in Old Hickory is offering the free service until 4 this afternoon. Now that ran out until 4 again tomorrow and from 9:30 to 2:30 Thursday through Saturday. The offer is also good for immediate family members of furloughed workers for as long as it's needed.
We do the whole families. That's the mothers, fathers, sons, daughters, everybody that you can think of. We want this to go on until the furlough or the shutdown is over.
The cuts are performed by supervised students at the location on Lebanon Road. Here at News Channel 5, we want to make sure all 25,000 affected Tennesseans have access to much needed resources. We have a complete list of aid options for furloughed workers posted right now on our website. Just head over to newschannel5.com. Today marked the first cabinet meeting for a brand new administration. This afternoon, Governor Bill Lee met with his cabinet for the first time since he took office this weekend. If you missed our special coverage, we have his entire inauguration address posted to our Facebook page.
And Vicki, Governor Lee will have a busy first year, it looks like, with the General Assembly in full swing right now. And we learned today Tennessee lawmakers are making it easier for all of us to stay up to date on pending legislation. The State House just added a new feature which allows anyone to track bills, including proposed amendments, online. The change means easier access and more transparency for voters. Is the FDA trying to stop CBD products from other states from being sold here in Tennessee? Well, that's what some business owners are worried about. But as News Channel 5's Kyle Horan learned, industry experts believe there's a low chance that will actually happen.
At businesses like this one, CBD oil has been a product with lots of interest. Smokeville in Hendersonville has been selling edible hemp-derived candies like these for a while now. Many of them are from out of state, from places like California. But will a recent FDA memo put a halt to CBD food items from being sent to other states? Here's how experts interpret it in Tennessee. Despite the recent passage and signing of the Farm Bill, which makes hemp federally legal, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration maintains they're the only ones who can regulate CBD or hemp products, and that they shouldn't be sold as food items across state lines. However, these products are already traded across states everywhere, so there may not be a lot the FDA can do. Plus, hemp and